Welcome to our special coverage of the first state visit of the King Charles and Queen Camilla to France, a historic occasion that marks the close ties between the two nations. The visit comes at a time when the two countries are seeking to rebuild their relations after years of tension over Brexit and other disputes. Join us as we bring you live updates on Britain's King Charles' historic visit to Paris. King Charles arrived in France for a 3-day state visit, during which he and President Emmanuel Macron will hope to build on personal bonds to help turn the pages on years of rocky relations between the two neighboring countries. The king and his wife Queen Camilla started their visit with a ceremony at the Arc de Triomphe with the aerobatics display teams of both nations' air forces conducting a flypast. Amid the highlights of the trip will be a state dinner today at the Versailles Palace, where blue lobster and a selection of French and English cheeses will be on the menu. On Thursday, Charles, Camilla, Macron and his wife Brigitte will visit the Notre Dame Cathedral to view restoration works following a massive blaze in 2019 that destroyed its roof. Charles and Camilla will then head to the southwestern city of Bordeaux on Friday, where excursions will include a visit to an organic vineyard. The king, a fluent French speaker like his mother, the late Queen Elisabeth, is keen to walk in her footsteps and is likely to refer to Elizabeth's deep affection for France, officials said, with the trip also being a chance to rebuild ties that have been frayed by Britain's chaotic exit from the EU in 2020. There are links of friendship and trust. The two, Charles and Macron, have spoken many times, and especially over the past year, an Elysee official said. Charles had hoped for a state visit to France to have been first as a king, but a March trip was postponed due to tense protests in France over pension reforms, much to Macron's embarrassment. On their second attempt at a meeting in France, the 74-year-old king and the 45-year-old president will set out to build on a relationship already blustered by their communications over Notre Dame. Charles had written to Macron when the cathedral burned down, and the pair also share interests in climate and heritage, royal aides said. I realize only too well what a truly special significance the cathedral holds at the heart of your nation, but also for us all outside France. It represents one of the greatest architectural achievements of Western civilization, Charles wrote in the letter. The warm words, visits, and symbolic gestures come after several tense years over the negotiations of Britain's exit in 2020 from the European Union, and after that rose over issues ranging from immigration to the sale of submarines. Former British Prime Minister Liz Truss once said the jury was out on whether France was a friend or foe, before settling on calling it a friend last year. Her successor, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, visited France in March to kick off what he called an intent renewed. Still, Parisians remained skeptical about the visit. Welcome to our special coverage of the first state visit of the King